Hi there to my fellow Virgos. I felt like it's time to do your guys' reading first because it's your birthday season. So I hope that you're having a wonderful birthday month. If you've not celebrated your birthday so far, I hope that you do have a beautiful birthday when it gets up to the time. I think that it's a poignant time to do a reading for you guys as well because astrologically, your birthday comes first. Um, as we're in the 4th of September, and when I'm recording this particularly, it's speaking about my guides, sorry, are speaking about Mars entering Cancer. So it's a really important time for you guys to get in touch with your intense feelings and your passionate energy with regards to Mars being in emotional Cancer. You need to allow yourself to feel everything, but at the same time, don't wallow in what you're actually feeling. So, with that being said, and me feeling like it's a great time for you guys to know what's going on in your life around this period of time, I felt like the 4th of September is a perfect time to actually do your reading for what's coming in for the impending month. So, we'll start going into it, but what I want to do is actually help you to know what else is going on astrologically with regards to my Virgos, okay? So on the 9th of September, there's like an extra kick of getting it done energy. So this is like getting on your ticking off lists, anything that you've got to do. This is the perfect time for you to be able to start getting those types of things done. Then we've got a full moon eclipse in Pisces, which is coming in the 18th of September, and that's a super full moon lunar eclipse. So with it being in the mystical sign of my birth chart, fellow Pisces, it offers a powerful insight into our biggest and bravest dreams. Then we've got Libra season, and that begins on the 22nd of September, which is speaking about all of this peace and love and the great outfits that rule when the sun's in Libra. Okay, so you're thinking about love and you're celebrating the beauty that surrounds you guys as well. Okay, so it's a powerful month for you guys. We've got autumn equinox on the 22nd of September. So this is when the day and the night becomes equal again. So this is when we might start to feel a little bit more intense with regards to needing vitamin D as well, Libras. It could be a really important time to do that as well. And then we've got Venus entering into Scorpio, so things can get really steamy if you've got a love relationship because you're in mysterious Scorpio. So you needing to like fall into the lustful side of yourself and blowing caution to the wind and leap before you look, and make sure that you take care of your heart. Okay, so let's go deeper into it. Let's go deeper into Virgo. See, I brought out Scorpio, and that's exactly what I was just speaking about, okay? Because it's an important month for you guys. Not only is it your birthday, but it's all of these different things that are going to be happening for you a lot as well. So it's like if you are in a relationship, you're going to be thinking about being a better partner, if I'm honest with you. When it comes down to love, if it comes down to works or friendships, it's speaking about you being a better person to being able to, it's like refining yourself. That's the best way to put it. You're refining yourself and you're changing your priorities and making connections with people and making big plans with people that you love. So as I've said about the mystery and Scorpio, it's like it is a beautiful time for you guys, but it might not come without it feeling slightly uncomfortable during these different astrological changes that are happening. Nature spirits. Okay. I'm just getting all of your oracles out because this is the best way to be able to do the reading for you guys, so you can come away with a level of accuracy as to what you should be doing moving forward. What's coming in? What's coming in for my Virgos? What's coming in for my Virgos? Grace in harmony with the flow. I'll read these out to you in a second, guys. I'm just making sure that I get all of your cards out. Oh, and then we've got on the bottom of the deck as well, which is quite crazy, evolution, which is speaking about welcoming change. So like I said, there is a lot of to-do lists that you guys are hitting off that are going to help you to revitalize your energy and move into all things new this month, Virgos. So Virgos, what's coming in for Virgos for their birthday month? Wow, that was quite a few. I think we'll put these back, shall we? Because that was so many. I think we'd be here until tomorrow night. So Virgos, what's coming in for Virgos for their birthday month? What's coming into their birthday month, Virgos? I always wait until they've thrown themselves out because I know that that's the one that wants to be read. Well, that's the two that wants to be read. Okay. So you've been training for this for lifetime. So as I've said, when it comes down to refining yourself, it's not something that's difficult for you, Virgos. You can handle changes. And by the looks of things, you've got all of the planets on your side as well. Okay. So let's look deeper. Let's make sure that you can see everything here as well. Yes, you can. Okay, so first of all, I keep seeing the introspection card. So when we're speaking about your introspection, it's speaking about you looking into yourself, looking into things that you need to get done in your life, things that will help you to be able to move forward in your life. So you probably are thinking about all of your to-do lists, what you need to do. Your introspective nature is speaking about complex concerns that are happening in your life and learn what's going on behind the scenes of things before you act as well. So it's looking out for like private motives of people, hidden enemies, surprised angels as well. So it's like you're going to be finding who your friends are and who your friends are not during this period of time, Virgo. So with you going through that, it's probably going to be a little bit difficult for you to go into this energy. See, so with the devil reversed, okay, we're speaking about letting go of toxic attachments, toxic people, anybody that's in our lives that are not contributing to our lives in a positive way. This is the perfect time to get you into that place where you are feeling better about yourself and about the relationships that you invite into your life, okay? Because the 12th house as well is also speaking about who you are when nobody's looking. So it's like you are coming more into alignment with regards to who you are, not versus who you are not. So now that you're getting towards your sovereignty, it's almost like you're starting to see other people for who they are and their true colors as well. It's probably a little bit hard to tell you the truth, okay? At the same time, it could be speaking about you getting into a place where you're wanting to eat better. Sorry, I'm purging. Where you're wanting to eat better, you might be in a position where you're wanting to let go of some habitual habits that you have that are not good for you. Healthier exercise routines, eating better, cutting down the red meat, cutting down the sugar, cutting down the salt. You may be in that type of place in your life as well, Virgos, but it's not going to happen without the strains and the trials and tribulations that come along with change in the first place. So this is the reason why it's probably difficult for you guys to just settle into having these changes in your life, especially when you're probably not feeling that sociable around your birthday month either. But like I said, you are thinking about how you can refine yourself and be a better person. At the same time as well, this can be speaking about you being in a position when it comes down to the younger bodies in your family, and also giving more empathy and compassion towards yourself and the people around you. At the same time, it can also be speaking about a strained relationship with regards to mum energy. If it's not mum energy, it can be speaking about somebody around you that's got quite a cutthroat way of how they speak about things, and sometimes you finding it difficult to be able to like understand where they're coming from with some of their thoughts and opinions, because it can be a little bit offensive with regards to how you're feeling that could have been received via other people. So it's like you may be used to how this person is speaking and stuff, but it might be difficult for you to get through to this person about their delivery and how they choose to deliver things. If it's not anything to do with this, it could be you looking back nostalgically into your past when you did feel fitter, when you did feel like you had more of a easier childhood, an easier way of how life was moving for you guys. You might have found that now you've become very logical and you feel like you've got to look at everything with a certain level of logic rather than looking at it from pure emotion. So, yeah, with the Six of Cups and being introspective, you might also be thinking about how you can be a better sibling or how you can help your children to come away from different habits as well. If you do have children, that might be these cards as a group. Virgos may be speaking about you introducing your children into better habits that allow them to excel, because you may have been looking into what damage certain things can do to children, but not only children, to your own mind, how innocent your childhood used to be, how you used to go out and play with your friends and you'd have to come in before dark. There was no mobile phones. It's that type of energy, this. It's how can you bring yourself back to a sense of wholeness instead of feeling like there is this like part of you that is missing, okay? As we step into Scorpio's energy here, this is speaking about you investigating, okay? So you may be in a very investigative like place in your life, when it comes down to all things to do with your soul and your past. So it's about dropping assumptions here, because here it's like you're having to step back and analyze what's going on in a situation. But here it's about time that you start to be fascinated by the mystery of things, but at the same time, anything that you are having any sort of questions about, this is the perfect time to start asking those questions, Virgo, because you've introspected enough here. You've felt like you understand situations enough and understood yourself enough to start asking these questions and start going down your journey of self progression, understanding yourself more. At the same time, though, it's like diving deep into yourself rather than being on the surface, which with being introspective, this is you being very integral with regards to yourself and looking into yourself much deeper than you ever have before. But with the Scorpio, it's actually making the steps to walk down that almost tunnel, that road of who you are. At the same time, it can be speaking about your conscious and your unconscious patterns. So it's like, just pretend you wake up and the first thing that you have in the morning is a coffee, and you're thinking about different ways to have a healthier approach to your mornings. This is you looking into why you subconsciously wake up, and straight away the first thing you think to do is actually have some coffee. Or if you're a person that tends to smoke and you wanting to kick smoking in the ass, this is speaking about you getting to a place in your life where you are now starting to understand that it's more habitual. It's like it's a habit that you're trying to kick, or you are noticing a habit or habits about the people around you that you're not wanting to have in your life. If I'm honest with you, you might be in a place where you're just thinking, yeah, I'm interested in moving away from things that don't serve me anymore. And it's almost like needing to question everything as well. So anybody that's around you that is quite possessive, whether this is in relationships or friendships, anybody that's not allowing you to be liberated will definitely be putting you in a vibration where you're feeling like you wanting to come away from these people, and you'll probably make those actions towards that this month, Virgo. Let's get more about Scorpio and investigate here. This is for September as well. So, okay, yeah, the Nine of Pentacles. This is speaking about having more self-care, looking after yourself more. At the same time, if you're contemplating whether you should be in a relationship and stuff, and you've been questioning the habits of the people around you and whether you're supposed to be with these people, this might be you going down a journey on your own or trying to make the steps towards doing that, because you have unconsciously and consciously understood that this person can't invest into you the way that you can invest into them, because you're the Empress. That's what was on the bottom of the deck. Okay, the Empress. But then it moves along to underneath that card is the Seven of Swords, which is speaking about deceptive qualities. So this is a person that's around you that's slightly deceptive, or you are deceptive to yourself, and your unconscious patterns are coming to the top of the agenda for your month, Virgo. So you're probably thinking about spending money on yourself rather than spending money on everybody else this month. And of course, rightly so, you should, because it's your birthday month. But you're also thinking about how you can look after yourself a bit more, not just this month, every month coming in. So it's like your new year, but it doesn't have to be December for you to have a new year. Oh, these are so slippy, but these are my favorite cards. I love them so much. They're so beautiful. Let's see what's underneath. We've got the Justice reversed. So you may have been finding that some of the karmic balances in your life have not been going in the way that you might like to have wanted them to go. So this is moving towards like, I'd say the 22nd of September's moving towards the Libra season, which is beginning around that time. So it's like you're only interested in celebrating things that are around you that are coming in for positivity, not anything that's coming in for any form of negativity. And this is the reason why you're so proactive in wanting change in your life. And that's why Justice reversed is there, because you've probably been thinking about why certain things are coming into your life the way that they are. And not only that, why aren't people showing up for you the way that you show up for them? Because it can be speaking about your internal journey within yourself. This can be speaking about you speaking to yourself with regards to your morals. You may hide how you're feeling, especially with the introspection card as well. You might not be willing to like really look at yourself to the point where you're taking accountability, because it might be a little bit too painful for you guys. So just remember, like, you only have to be truthful to yourself in the deepest, most integral ways, unless you've got somebody super close to you that's asking questions because they are concerned about you. You are your most like, well, yeah, you are. You're the most sabotaging inner critic of yourself, of most of the zodiacs. If I'm honest with you, you guys will beat yourself up the most out of most people. So this might be coming into full effect where you're evaluating every move and you're coming down hard on yourself. Sorry, I'm a little bit poorly, so I'm a little bit discombobulated, and I think that the retrograde is really affecting me as well. But yeah, this is speaking about you really critiquing yourself in the worst way. Nobody could be an enemy outside of yourself more than you can be towards yourself. And like I said, here with the introspection and the devil reversed, you might be in a position moving forward where you are actually wanting to take steps to look at yourself in a much better way and giving yourself much more compassion. That's my advice to you guys, because you should be thanking your inner critic, but at the same time you should also be keeping it in line when it's saying things that are a little bit out of hand. So that's your inner voice. How would you articulate what your relationship is with yourself? Because the private judgment that you have on yourself is sometimes a little bit unfair. Okay, so I needed to say that. At the same time, if you're thinking about an important decision that's going to affect other people, which I was saying, you're very introspective and thinking about cutting out people that are kind of toxic that are in your life. And it also could be a relationship that you're thinking about coming out of. If you're thinking about doing this, I want you to think about like anything in your mind you know, like the inner critic that can come into your mind, don't allow it to sway you in a different way. If you are thinking about calling out a child that's behaving in a way that's less than desirable, don't let your inner critic stop you from saying what you feel is needed to be said in that moment in time. Okay. If you guys are actually engaged or someone around you is engaged to some sort of legal matters, you may find that there's an unfair outcome here. Okay. If it's nothing to do with that, though, like I said, it's speaking about you getting in a position where you're not critiquing yourself as deeply as what you are used to doing, because it's quite unhealthy for you to do it to yourself in that way. With the Page of Pentacles, September is the month where you're going to be walking into your life in a much more positive way with regards to how you are looking at yourself, your opinions that you have of yourself, and less listening to this inner critic that can be a little bit mean sometimes, and start replacing some of these sabotaging thoughts with more productive thoughts about what you can do to change that, how you can use affirmations to help yourself to think more positively about yourself as well. Okay. Now we've got nature spirits. Okay. So what this says here is, on your toes, twirl and twirl until you're ready to take flight. They arrive in the winds beneath your wings and speak through the swaying of the trees. Okay, so as you can see, this lady's like laid in a bed, so I'm unsure whether you guys are struggling when it comes down to sleep, but that could be something that is also, I'd say, a routinal pattern and something on your list that you might need to bring into your list to help you. Meaning like your chamomiles, your lavenders, setting a time where you are off your phone, because I would say if you're off your phone around 2 hours before you try to go to sleep, you'll fall asleep more effortlessly. But if you're on your phone and the lights on the brightest gleam, you're probably going to be finding it's more difficult to sleep. If you tend to sit up and you watch TV till silly hours at night, you're always going to feel really knackered when it comes around to the next day. So start thinking about how you can put more of a, how can I put it? It's more like putting a more sleep inducive state into your being and into your routinal patterns. So it's like making sure that you've got the correct lighting in your bedroom as well. And also start to track your dreams. That's what I'm being told to tell you about as well. You might have been looking and overlooking into like details when it comes into your life, and it's like the small things that are going on in your life, you're finding it difficult to like really look into these things when you're needing the space to be able to look at things in a much more deeper perspective. But like I said, with it being your birthday month, it feels like you're going through a lot, when really you should be celebrating a hell of a lot, which I'm sure you will be. But you're definitely thinking about how you can refine yourself better. That is like innately obvious here as well. You might also have like a project within the home that you wanting to complete. Okay. And I also would like you to ask yourself some questions. When was the last time that you felt genuine joy? When was the last time you had like a laugh, to the point where it was like a giggle where you couldn't breathe? When was the last time you really, really laughed, but meant it laughed, where you've got tears in your eyes, where you can't stop laughing about it? When was the last time this happened? When was the last time that you felt truly loved and supported? Because looking here, if you are in a relationship, you might have felt like you are not um truly loved, not supported, not looked after the way that you want to be. Okay. So I want you to be mindful of the little things in your life. These things are calling to you and desperate for your attention. Okay. It's a reminder that the small things in life also make your world go around, Virgo. And it also helps you to be able to have a positive energy when it comes forward in towards your birthday month. Like, I want you to be happy on your birthday month, and this is the reason why we've got Lemuria here, creating heaven on earth. It's happening, birthing a new age. That's absolutely crazy, because I've literally just looked at that and it's your birthday month. So it's like, this is the time for you guys to scrap any old versions of yourself that don't serve you anymore, and step into the new version of what you want to be. If there's a new course you've wanted to go on to, time to start enrolling on that, or looking into the perspectives, no, prospectuses, I think they're called, that you look into when you're contemplating which place to go and study and learn. If this is in a spiritual craft with Lemuria and birthing a new age, because you may be a super spiritual person that wants to help other people to go within themselves and start to heal themselves. But you don't have to be spiritual for that neither. You could just be a really positive person that wants to help other people to feel more positive about themselves. This is you starting to create that list after you've dealt with this top part here that I was speaking about, okay? So you're definitely going to be creating a new version of yourself that you are much more happier with within yourself. Look, the Two of Cups as well. So it's like speaking about your relationships in your life, and also having the duality of the masculine and feminine energy within yourself, and looking at yourself from both sides. This can also be speaking about how you can refine a love relationship more into a position of you being in a joyous place, feeling like you and your partner are connecting on a much deeper level than you ever have before. So it's a really positive thing when you can look at yourself and critique yourself, but at the same time, if you're finding that your partner is critiquing you a hell of a lot, this is where you want to also have a bit of a revamp when it comes down to changes. For you guys, definitely, it's such an important month, and it's going to be beautiful for you guys once you accept that change is a good thing, and at the same time not allowing yourself to go down the pit of like being a super bad critic of yourself. Because don't forget, Virgo, this is your time to being able to like work on other people being better partners, better friends, better work colleagues, and you yourself, more importantly. So it's all about refinement, I would definitely say, for my Virgos. It's all about refinement, okay? Wednesday, the 18th of September, as well, with it being the full moon eclipse in Pisces. This is like a perfect time to be able to do this, because the Pisces can look within themselves super easy. So this is how you attune into the beautiful frequency that Pisces offers, but the full moon eclipse, which is going to be in Pisces. Okay, so if you're in London, this is going to happen at 3:34 in the morning. If you're in New York, it's going to be 10:30 in the evening. And if you're in somewhere like Los Angeles, this is going to be the 17th of September, and that will be at 7:30. And in Tokyo, this will be the 17th of September, and that will happen at 11:34. If you are in Sydney or Australia, this is going to be happening at a really poignant time, actually, on the 17th of September, and that is 12:34. Now, if you look up the numerology of that, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Super in alignment with bringing yourself into this space of ticking off the to-do lists and recreating new lists, because this is your version of a new year, Virgo. Okay, let's move again, right? Birthing a new age. So we're here right now, birthing a new age. What are my Virgos birthing? Add more go here with reversed for that, because that's how it fell out, okay? This is speaking about you working towards your dreams in your life, but doing it one step at a time, instead of the inner critic coming out and making you feel like, well, you have to have everything done and you have to have everything done now, okay? It's speaking about you being in like a position in your life where you are taking yourself very seriously, but also doing things in a slow process rather than doing things with an act of speed to the point where you can hardly catch up. Okay, you might have a lack of foresight as well as to how you're going to be doing all of these different things, but your dream coming into being, this can also, this card here can be speaking about overseas opportunities coming in towards you. Also being in a position of, well, as well, because it relates to the upper cards here, you might play a little bit too small all the time. You might look at yourself in a little bit more of a smaller way of how you would to other people, because growth and expansion is always available to you guys as well. So if you're going to be playing it safe all of the time and staying within your comfort zone, you're going to find that you're closing yourself off to this new way of how you can be and how your relationship can be. So it's about standing up to some of your fears and heading head first into some of these things, because you're probably going to be embarking on a journey of personal development, which does make sense here because I've been speaking about this all above. Okay. If you do have any plans though, you guys, and it's anything to do with overseas, this is the other alternate way that this can be looked at, the reversed Three of Wands. I have to warn you of this. Some of your plans may come to a halt. Okay, so make sure that you are prepared for any sort of stones that may appear in your path, because it may not all be smooth, but it will be eventually. Okay, these are the many different options that you have around you with regards to looking into this fear of abandonment, this fear of rejection. It keeps coming up with regards to love a little bit here as well for my Virgos. So I just want you to know, like, you are healing a part of your soul that feels a little bit like it was broken. And because of your soul feeling a little bit broken in the past, you're probably feeling like you are needing to heal this part of you. And what better time to do this than your birthday month? So think about all of these things that you can do to tell yourself that you love yourself, to enact that as well. How can you look after yourself, mind, body, and spirit? Okay. Then we've got here grace. So by the end of the month, this is where you'll be stepping into the element of grace. Okay. May I honor all of the ways your grace flows so I can move in harmony with you. Open me to trust and receive your abundant blessings in every way. So, as I've said here, if you've got a list of to-dos where you're feeling like, okay, I need to get a lot of things done before I can invite you into my life, Virgo, you would be right. But by the end of the month, you will definitely be inviting all of these beautiful things into your life. You will be in an abundant place and you will be in a position to be able to accept all of this abundance coming towards you. All you have to do is work towards and go on this journey of embarking for your sovereignty. Right, so let's read these cards. We'll read them in a second. Let's get some more. What lastly do my Virgos need to know for their birthday month? What do my Virgos need to know for their birthday month? What advice and guidance do they need for their... That's a lot. Let's put these back because I think that fell out because it was a massive clump. Virgos, what do they need to know for their birthday month? What do Virgos need to know for their birthday month? Virgos. What do Virgos... Right, we'll take all of them. Oh, we just dropped some more as well, so I'll definitely get those out for you guys. I'll see if there's any more. Virgos. Oh, that fell out. Virgos, what do they need to know for their impending birthday month? Virgos. Okay, we've got them as well. I'll just get the ones that have fallen underneath as well. When they fall out on the table and they fall out below my feet, I always tend to read them. I don't put them away because I feel like they're important to you guys as well. Okay, so Virgos, set your alarm for 10 minutes early each day. If not, set your alarm 10 minutes before you go to bed and meditate to 5 to 8 hertz. This is a place that you will start to establish self-love. And it makes sense because I was speaking here about you going into this introspective state of loving yourself more and your inner critic. So with this number hertz, this always brings you to a place where you are starting to inject more self-love. Your dreams tend to change as well when you start to introduce yourself to 5 to 8 hertz, guys. So I would strongly advise that you do this. Coming into money, so you may be finding that there's some money coming towards you, guys. Welcome that money in, welcome the abundance in, because you deserve it as well. Time to save money. So when you do actually get this abundance coming into your life, have you thought about how you're going to invest it to be able to stack to have more in the future? Suffering in silence. Think about the ways that you feel like you are suffering in silence when it comes down to your relationships, your work, your family relationships, and what can you do to create more self-love and less inner critical energy. What cycles keep repeating in my life? So have a think about that as well. Like I said, it could be eating bad, it could be burning the candle at both ends. Whatever that is, you know what this will be. But as I've said with the inner critic, try not to be so hard on yourself, Virgos. Be in you now. So this is speaking about being present. Stop thinking so much about the past all the time. Stop thinking, apprehending what's going to be coming into the future, and try to be completely in your now to be able to accept where you're about to go next. Low blood pressure. So this could be somebody around you that's coming towards you and telling you that they are suffering with low blood pressure, or you may be feeling this way within yourself, Virgos. Listen to your suspicions. So if there is any sort of suspicions that you have with regards to people, you're probably right. They come into your dreams. So if you guys are having any dreams and any particular people are coming up, there's a purpose for that, especially this month for you guys. Friends with benefits. So you may have a friend that comes and tells you that she's now started to see somebody and they're friends with benefits. You also may be with somebody, by the way these cards look as well. It could actually make sense for that too. You guys might be around somebody that is like a friends with benefits, and you may be thinking about how you want to bring this relationship into being more, or if this relationship is not capable of being anymore, how you can detach yourself to be able to welcome in that soulmate energy that you guys are deserving to have. Communicate loving things to yourself. So to me, this really connotates towards here as well. Like, it's come out so many times in this reading. So make sure that you are thinking about loving affirmations that you can place around your home in some way, shape, or form, or have them flashing up on your phone. Beautiful affirmations that will help you with your evolution, which is here at the bottom of the deck, which is speaking about you welcoming change. I compare everybody to you, I miss you. So you may have an ex around you as well that's missing you and thinking about you all of the time. You also may have some pain with regards to a past relationship that you need to heal, because you may be looking back into your past relationships and wishing that your present relationships are like that, comparing everybody to that person. That, or you've got somebody around you that's an ex that is looking at everybody that they have gone out with or who they're with now, and they're comparing this person to you. Okay, this isn't over yet. So like I said, there's some sort of relationship here as well that needs to be put in alignment with your life or away from your life, and that decision is all lying with you, Virgo. How am I holding myself back from progressing forward? Well, I can answer that for you guys. It's probably the inner critic that you are feeling like you're always allowing to take control of your mind and how you choose to look at things. Ayahuasca is calling. So if you're thinking about going to retreat, that's actually quite in alignment with my life, to tell you the truth. But I'm not thinking about it. I actually am going. Um, but I feel like with regards to ayahuasca, it's such a beautiful, deep way of having an inner standing and cleansing your whole body's energies to invite new into your life, new ways of being. You can also be in alignment and connection with that inner critic within you and make peace with that inner critic. But you can also do that without ayahuasca, just to say, okay? So you're not alone. Always know that you're not alone, sweethearts. Always know that. It hurts me to ignore you. So you may have some sort of conflictive relationships around you where people are feeling a little bit disgruntled that they can't be in contact with you, okay? But by the looks of things, you may be starting to speak to this person at some point during this month, okay? The 11th house with regards to your community and your friendships. So like I've said, it's like there's a lot of your relationships in your life that are coming up to question at, in September, Virgos. So try and answer these questions to yourself, but don't be too overcritical of yourself as well. Alchemy, turning your pain into gold. So during September, that's exactly what you guys will be doing. So use the astrological events that I've been telling you about in the beginning of the video to really help yourself to alchemize this energy. I know I hurt you. Would you give me one more chance? So if there's a relationship, like I said, where you are feeling like you wasn't considered in the highest value, and there's a crow outside my window right now as well, which signifies protection to me. But it's noticed that I've looked at it, so it's turned its head around. But yes, you may be finding that there's someone around you that has hurt you, and it feels irrevocable what they have done or how they've made you feel. This is speaking about that person trying to come back around in the month of September to see if they can speak to you about this, to see if they can resolve anything that's gone on here. You're finding your soul tribe. So as we could see from the cards below, it's like you're creating a heaven on earth for yourself. So you are definitely being the editor of what sort of friends you want to have in your life and what sort of friends you don't want. You're too full of life to be somebody's maybe when you deserve to be their certainty. So like I said, with the friends with benefits that have come out as well, it's like you guys need to remember your value. And if you don't want to be friends with benefits for somebody, you don't have to appease this person. You also don't need to be super critical of yourself because you've chosen to be in a certain position with this person to see where you guys end up turning out to be in the end, okay? So just lighten up on yourself, okay? When we first met, everything felt great. Then my family got in my ear. Now I feel torn. So this person may have people around them that are saying certain things about you, or you may find that the person that you are seeing no, you may find that people around you have started to get in your ear about this person. So try to think about your thoughts, your opinions, and be very selfish with that, because the only person that's going to have to live your life is you. Okay, remember that. Going to be exposed for slandering your name and your character. So you may find that there's some friends, as I mentioned before, that you may be thinking about. Do I want these people in my life? Are they any good for me? What can they do for me more than I can do for myself? When was the last time I laughed? Did I do this with my friends, lover, family members? Okay. And make sure that you are coming away from people that don't serve you and inviting and creating room for people that do serve you, okay? You are loved for the way you handle things. So that's another thing that I want you guys to know. You're loved in every way, Virgos. It is your birthday month, and I hope that you have a wonderful birthday month. Take care, and I hope to read for you soon. Let me know how this resonates in the comments. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.